I cannot depend on the politicians for my development. I don't want to depend on them. So let's have a social contract and then we do it.
John.
Mr. President, so this is something that I want us to look closely at.
I have a moral responsibility of my people. The relationship between the World Bank and the government is political. I am trying to say that I want to build a moral responsibility, moral relationship with the World Bank here. I should be responsible for their welfare, economic development, the social development, the health, education. I know for a fact that it is my responsibility morally. I'm not looking at the political aspect of it. They come and go. But I'm here with my people and I owe them a debt of, development, that's it. I should be more concerned about their economic development, their social development, their health development, their educational development. And I'm saying collectively we should find solutions. Our future is in our hands. We cannot rest our future in the political system. No, I don't think so. And that is what I have here, and that's where I am now. That's where I'm starting from.
Hello, Otumfuor. My name is Sarah do Munina Muhoye. Made in Chasonko Ebra Munina. We did a video near course last month. The woman said my delay there, but I want to bring it to you. Also last month, World Bank for penny for Biba Otumfuor. Emma Omoni Otumfuor Bedin Komo. No Otumfuor Koma statement to be said he's going to go on a social contract with the World Bank. Said a bear Ebeboa Ama Nemai Asante Mai Etimi Otumpona Etimi Apeja. Say Okansa no the video no amanfo a omutan Asante omumpe Asantefo asem omustate say omudidi apemso ene Asantefo atem ene ade. But now I was expecting say bloggers na omu efro omu say Asantefo no almost say media mania Asantehene no because of say makoka a friend celebrity no. Now I was expecting say nka omube show scholarship nenka bia omakope old videos bia optimso any World Bank for edi nkita hoda waka similar things nanka omudi abechire Ghana for ama Ghana for hunu say the opimso kan ye last month no enye bibi fufuro bia na opimso kan ye opimso anytime bia World Bank for ebeba no ho ana ono to be call mo ho no asem corona na oka enti me compare video bia I think 1999 or something like that or maybe 2000 mo ho sabre na opimso abedi ade fufuro enti me compare sa video na opimso kasa ade okan ye 1999 and I said early 2000 no the same thing na okan no 2025 January amount for omutan Asante estate say omu didi natem and I say omu didi Asante atem ni nyina ne say omadwen omu say because of say John Mahama John Mahama na abedi ade enti no or say there he doesn't trust governments and politicians. Meanwhile, no, Opimso said the same thing in 1999. Inti say ebani say na ade okano 1999. Na enwa waka anytime bia obeshia World Bank for. Na say ene World Bank for abano nchen no wasanka the same thing na amanfo edidi natem. Na nya amanfo no kra omudidi natem no na omuhu eyame ya. Na I was expecting say Asantefo bloggers na omu say omu defendi Asante enom ni ade no ka omu mum ebe show scholarship nanka omu akope information no nanka omu di aba no di abe defend and so obiye di ho no ma me hwe videos amanfo no eye no I don't want to mention their names. Me hwe videos na none of them was able to show it and I was able to find it na a delay there but I want to bring it to you na mo hwe na montia say ni opimso kan 2025 no the same thing I work from 1999 and he has been consistent say he doesn't want to depend on politicians na 1999 no why na ewo ho politician be na ewo ho say na Rollins na ewo ho meboa Rollins na ewo ho Rollins na free ho answer na even say John Otumfuor eba Otumfuor has been there and he has been consistent with near Okano the message say and any first time over my channel is but more than subscribe to my channel, mame. Like a video, you share a mame. Na intimi and building something together. So open the cray. Na open the ababua or my Ghana. Na uye Christoni na uji Bible di. Na udo Jesus Christ. And yet this page is for you. I believe in common sense. I believe in rationality. I believe in scholarship. I believe in excellence. I believe in togetherness and oneness as a nation, and respect, tolerance. I believe in any virtue be a good be. And I am also an Asantehene. Adebiana a kofa Asantehene. Say ya no krankuana and contradict the Bible nkuadia. I am going to defend it. And this video, this is what I want to bring it to you. Said I can say any first time I over my channel is what. But more than subscribe to my channel, mami. Now like a video, na share, na after me building something together. I know so by I want to thank you in advance. Thank you very much.
Kumasi is a vibrant city, population-wise, everything-wise, the commercial hub of Ghana.
Sure.
And so, looking at the project that you're suggesting, rapid transport section, and having chosen that, yeah. I know JICA started with a feasibility some time ago, and then it's developed to the World Bank here, where we can then put it in fruition. It's been on the drawing board for some time, 2015 and all that. The bureaucracy is something that I don't like at all, you see.
Sure.
And therefore, we have to push it now. The population has increased very much. We have all these transport vehicles, different ones, all moving, fighting for space.
Sure.
And that doesn't help with the economic development of the city at all, because everybody is clamoring going to the center. The buses are, the trotro, all these things are there. And if you calculate in terms of how many hours are they cost to do business,
sure,
in terms of diesel, petrol, and all those things, you find that it's costing the economy so much that it's something that we may have to look at. And then the employment that it creates also,
sure,
in relation to having a rapid transportation. The 28-kilometer one from Ejusu down to a Buakwa section, for example, if we could have that rapid transport and the movement of goods, passengers and everything,
sure,
and then the ease with which we can do business together, it's something that we may have to look at seriously. I don't know what is there. The country director can tell. I don't know what has delayed this, but the project office, we should own it. It should be here. The project shouldn't be running from Accra when you have a project in Kumasi. The project unit should be here, and the project coordinator must also be resident here.
sure,
So that at least the stakeholders, the district assemblies, that would be able to coordinate with them to know how it goes. So these are issues that I want us to look at properly to bring it to fruition. Because if we don't do that, I've always said that it takes time for the World Bank to take a decision. Bureaucracy, going to the desk of this one, approving and all that. But this one, we know the reason why we need that.
sure,
Therefore, why can't we implement it? 2025 is about 10 years we've been talking about this. If we had done it earlier, it would have helped with the economy, it would have helped with employment. We have the available human resource. All these young ones are all university graduates and others here.
sure,
We have the KNUST producing all these students and all those things. So, in terms of development, if we have the infrastructure, then everything will be fine. I cannot depend on the politicians for my development. I don't want to depend on them. So let's have a social contract, and then we do it.
sure,
Mr. President, so this is something that I want us to look closely and then do it. I don't know the team, but I want to meet the team after they've left, so I know who are working on this rapid transport thing,
sure,
so that we can take it up further. And then if I have to go to the Accra office for them to take you to Washington to defend, then we look at it and do it properly.
sure,
I cannot depend on the politicians for my development. I don't want to depend on them. So let's have a social contract, and then we do it.
sure.
World Bank Country Director Peter Harold also by
Interestingly, World Bank, the name, like you said, talks about money. The whole world's money in the bank. That's the basic analysis that the layman in the streets. So when the tag is the country manager for the World Bank is here, then it means, oh yes, Malaysia is going to get all the money from this. We're not even talking about the local banks, we've gone to the world. But I have a moral responsibility of my people. The relationship between the World Bank and the government is political. I am trying to say that I want to build a moral responsibility, moral relationship with the World Bank here. I should be responsible for their welfare, economic development, the social development, the health, education. I know for a fact that it is my responsibility morally. I'm not looking at the political aspect of it. They come and go. But I'm here with my people and I owe them a debt of, development, that's it. I should be more concerned about their economic development, their social development, their health development, their educational development. And therefore I'm searching for ways of taking these things into my own house to take it forward with my people. I am looking at the independence. I'm trying to divest myself from the government's program to see which way forward with my people. That's it. Even though we are still part of the system of Ghana, and I've said that okay, we are not an island. The development, we are all part of it. But I still feel that with my position, and my position is unique, peculiar, compared to the other people, the other regions of Ghana, because it is not a system that was created yesterday, and it's not going to go off tomorrow. We're there, and therefore I feel that my sense of direction, providing the right leadership, awareness, drawing my people's attention to these social problems and how to resolve these problems are all my responsibility first. And my people look up to me to lead them into these, to how best we can develop together. And I'm saying that, okay, fine. What do we do with education? What do we do to resolve health problems? What do we do to resolve the social problems? What do we do to resolve chieftaincy problems? What can we do to resolve these land problems that we have here? And I'm saying collectively we should find solutions. Our future is in our hands. We cannot rest our future in the political system. No, I don't think so. And that is what I have here, and that's where I am now. That's where I'm starting from. We've started setting up committees, advisory committees, to come up to highlight these areas like the lands administration, health, education, and all those things. For them to come up with more like policy documents, so that we can call the World Bank Resident Director to say, this is what we have here, that's the direction we want to go. I am not looking at cap in hand begging for, I'm looking at a system of cooperation where I know my people are going to get the advantage. And that is a partnership, privatization system of a partnership where private enterprises are encouraged to develop here. And this KJTR project, for example, on the road construction, for example, where I can contract a loan, a private loan, and then do a toll system for KJTR. If I could come to a World Bank with a proper appraisal of the project, I say, look, okay, we have KJTR here. Can we contract a loan to do a 3-tier road, overhead bridges, and all those things? And then we know this is how much we are contracting from World Bank: 1 million, 2 million, 10 million, whatever it is. And I'm saying, okay, let's spread this loan for a period of, let's say, 10 years with a toll system. We'll pay you back. What guarantee do I have? I have my land, equity in my land or whatever as the security. Can you take that in the set? So a combination of factors where my land, which is vested in the golden stool, is my property, and therefore put a value on my land as the equity. To go to the World Bank, to go to a company in France or something to say, look, this is my equity, can you handle that? I put this there. I want all these facilities here. I want a sawmill. I want this. My forestry is there. These are some of the things. My education, this education system, for example, and all those things. And that's basically my vision. That's what I'm looking at to carry Asantehene forward, devoid of politics, which I'm not interested in. But I'm interested in my education. My concern is that education is falling, like you said, and do I have to sit down to look at Asante being graded as the last but one or two in education in terms of achievements. No. What do? I'm looking at down there what happened at the infantile stage, from the kindergarten right up through the JSS, SSS, up to the tertiary level. What is happening there? We need to be able to identify the problems there. We are identifying some morale in teachers, facilities, books, whatever. These are all things that we have to identify. The facilities like the school buildings and all those things. The facilities for the teachers. How do you encourage teachers to go to the rural areas? Because people are sitting in Kumasi. Those who go to these international schools in Kumasi are passing those. The majority of my people are in the villages. And they are not getting the right education. Facilities at the school, books and all those things are also a problem. If even these are available, what about parents who are not able to afford to pay for their school fees and all those things? So these are some of the factors that we could easily identify. We feel that, okay, let's establish an education fund. However limited, we can start from somewhere and get everybody involved. You give me 200 cedis a month or something, or 1,000 cedis a month, and let's continuously mobilize these funds and then reinvest these monies in education. I think in that way we can support. What would we need this money for? We would want to build infrastructure, because UST, for example, is saying that, look, we cannot take so many people, but if we can get halls of residence, we can. We are saying that, fine, okay, so if we can mobilize so much money, we can build some 2-3 halls of residences for them. And then, if that happens, then I want a quota system. Because I'm insisting I'm going to put my people in that hostel. But I want a quota system because I'm providing for accommodation. And therefore, there should be a fair arrangement with the tertiary education to admit. Middle level, like the secondary schools, for example, the SS level. We are saying that, look, we provide an initiative, some endowment funds. We've been able to give out now about 100 million cedis. What we are saying is that if they can use the 10 million on a revolving basis for each school, with the interests of about, say, whatever per year, 24%, whatever percent, they're going to get about, say, 2.4, 2 point something per year. Now, how many children can 2.4 million, whatever, depending on the interest and depending on the investment of the 10 million, if the interest is about, say, 20%, whatever, how many people can 2 million cedis out of that interest? Be given bursaries, how many people, how many students can benefit? And that's a startup, so that the money is revolved. And we are saying that needy but very bright students should benefit. So these are some of the efforts that we are looking at doing ourselves. But we are saying that still there's quite a lot to do in education. Because it came to my mind yesterday when I was sitting there. I was thinking of 100 students from UST, 100 students from Cape Coast, 100 students from Lagos. And I was asking, how much do they have to pay for this user fee? 600,000. So quickly, my calculation was 100 students, about, say, 60 million for the year. Now, if I can raise 180 million to cover for 300 students for this term or next term, January, I could then come to an agreement with the university authority to say, look, okay, if I'm sure I can raise the 180 million within this period, I would then want to contact the university registrars to say, okay, look, give me let me negotiate with the investors. I'm prepared to pay for 60 million to cover for 100 students at Lagos. So allow these students to start the education, because that's where the problem is. So there will be a contractual agreement with these user fees between Asantehene and then the university authority, and thereby the students' program is not disrupted. And Legon holds me responsible for their 60 million. UST holds me responsible for their 60 million. That in itself, we could come up with some contractual agreements where we can pay. And there's a comfort for Legon, there's a comfort for UST, there's a comfort for Cape Coast, that at least there's a guaranteed payment from Asante. So the students program is also not disrupted. And in this way we can assist in, we should get in about 300 people, students, studying at these universities, and the progress of education will be going on. Those are areas we know that we still infrastructural base, like almost all the schools in Ashanti, we need to assist in how best we can do that. If we can set up an educational trust or something, a contracted facility from the private, like treated like a private enterprise, and then come to the WABA to say that, look, this is what we have. We use our educational fund as a basis for that. And therefore, as we collect, we wanted to spread this facility, a loan or something, to a period of this. We would use this money in advance to service education, and then we use the educational fund to reimburse, to offset whatever loans we've taken. Those are areas that we are looking at that we should fall back on the private sector so that you can assist us on that. We set up an educational limited liability company, whatever it is. These are situations that's going to come up, managed properly, board of trustees and all those things. And therefore a clearly defined role that is purposely for the management of education. Therefore we could then use this board, whatever companies, to solicit for private fund. And then our guarantee is the Asante education fund that we are collecting. We do our projections to see how much we are getting in the month, and therefore repayment schedules could be arranged so that we could accept that, and so that that could be something that maybe we could look at and then come back with a proposal. On lands administration, for example, we have problems here, i.e. in terms of identifying boundaries with the various chiefs and all those things, then knowing who owns what, and then using, if we, as we're able to identify the boundaries, then as Bawumia, for example, would know how much land he owns, and that is his equity. So that it's clear, devoid of any controversies and all those, and he can easily come through there to say that this is my equity to the bank, and then we want this facility like whatever projects at Scrum, a housing estate or something of the sort. A private investor is coming to develop a housing estate at Scrum. What do you have? I have my land. This is my equity. So you give me about 10%, 20% share in that, and the project carries on. They benefit. It goes back to the people, and those are some of the things that we are looking at. I'm looking at funding to assist me in collating information in relation to. I'm entitled to ground rents, for instance, of properties that I have in Ashanti, but I don't have the information in terms of how many properties I have in Kumasi and those things. So how do I collect the ground rent? That sort of thing. I think it's my responsibility to be able to collect that information for myself and for my golden street. Why can't I charge ground rent when the land is for me and someone has developed it and I don't have information as to who is where? And I sit here to say that I'm the landowner? No. So that sort of thing, like, okay, can I trust the Lands Commission? Can I trust the Land Title Registry? Can I trust the government agency to give me the accurate information, the data? No, I should arm myself with these things. I want to have all this information on my computer, so that I sit down there, call it up, and I know that in Kumasi Part 1, within this 1 mile, 2 mile, 3 mile radius, I have all these properties there. The ground rent for the year is so much. So at any time within the year, I know this is how much revenue should come to me. By so doing, I can easily come to you to say, look, this is how much I have for the year, and therefore I want this to establish this factory or something. I want to buy the jute factory to rehabilitate it. Can you do that for me? This is my equity. I'll pay you off for this period. These are some of the things that areas that we can be talking about. But we're looking at for coming up with a formidable policy guidelines and all those things that the various committees are going to come up with. Once we have these documents, we shall come back to you on that, and thank you. We handle that. I have a moral responsibility of my people. The relationship between the World Bank and the government is political. I am trying to say that I want to build a moral responsibility, moral relationship with World Bank here. I should be responsible for their welfare, economic development, the social development, the health, education. I know for a fact that it is my responsibility morally. I'm not looking at the political aspect of it. They come and go. But I'm here with my people and I owe them a debt of, development, that's it. I should be more concerned about their economic development, their social development, their health development, their educational development. And I'm saying collectively we should find solutions. Our future is in our hands. We cannot rest our future in the political system. No, I don't think so. And that is what I have here, and that's where I am now. That's where I'm starting from.
I cannot depend on the politicians for my development. I don't want to depend on them. So let's have a social contract and then we do it.
Jump.
Abushafo, in the video no ana mo hae no. Nti we compare Otumfuo ana Otumfuo Asantehene the conversation on the World Bank enya ye ebra ofro abengwa anase ofro the golden stool no. I think in 1999 no World Bank for University no e mention no o de hwensem na okan no never compare nsem a okan 2025 here amamfo a omutan Asante no omutan Otumfuo na sebi dodo na no ya adwene mu ha se yeti asem a yentimi enye research anase investigation enhwe se asem yi papa yi kan anase obi kan no kore anase enye no kore na mom otan a yedi tan no ntino na esesa amafo edidi na tem didi Asantefo nyina tem na most of the bloggers na me say me re aho no nyina ne say bloggers no mo from ho Asantefo bloggers no omo say omo na defend Asante no dodo na no they don't have scholarship, they don't like, they are not very deep, and to some degree no I don't blame them, because most of them no they are not so much educated, they are not. And most of you people who are educated, who are Asantes no, like me, you are the people and we are the people who have to come out and present the evidence. Send your Otumfuo Ekano 2025 okay, the same thing 1999. Now anytime Biana on the World Bank Ebeshia and I say World Bank Ebeban Hubiano, the man says the same thing, that he doesn't want to depend on politicians. 1999 na okasa asemwe no omapani be na no, I think Senator Jerry John Rawlings, he said the same thing Ubia and Dinatem, because does he not have the right, and I say as a king of a whole kingdom and for his people no, said I know Otumfuo can say I have or I owe them a moral responsibility, a moral duty to seek for their welfare no. Is he not right say Obeka say I don't depend on politicians? Konfanoche edan essay ya ye pesika ediesi enyo Otumfuo na ebabejije bisia edi free amanfo ho. Where were the politicians? Konfanoche hospital no Asantefo nkwa de koho. Konfanoche hospital no Otumfuo nkwa de koho. Enti eba de say nka hospital no say na yehie sika dia ya. Ade na esese nka Otumfuo emum na esese edi enimu ekogije sika eko bege enumpo no amanfo betena ho eye no. You see, many Ghanaians don't think rationally. It is one of the reasons why I have created this page. It is one of the reasons. That is why I want anybody who follows me here to be a deep thinker, to be a rational person, to care for only what is true. Only what is true. Don't think through issues with your heart. Think through issues with your head, with your brains, with your IQ. Among foba bedidi papayatem, but he can send bebre. That's what I don't blame them. I blame the people now, almost from home as Asantefo bloggers now. They don't have scholarship. They don't have that kind of education in them. Say, I am going to research, make internet, so make Google, make now I will dig deeper. Some of them they don't even have the time, because the work now omuye edit say omuwe post video over YouTube. So to some degree I don't blame them, because it is going to take a lot of time. Me, for instance, it has taken me a lot of time to get this video. This is an old video, 1999. Now I had to dig deeper and get this video. And not necessarily, so I Asantehene to send me and never be saying necessarily ultimate digging up for the information, dig into the archives and get the information. Near to me the defend it because many other tribes they hate us for no reason. For no reason. Otumfuo said the same thing in 1999. He said the same thing to the World Bank. He said, I don't want to depend on the politicians. And Otumfuo is right, because Konfanoche started say Senko Otumfuo dinani eto politicians so if Otumfuo had depended on politicians, Komfanoche would have been destroyed. Komfanoche hospital na enya Asantefo nko ne koho. Ghana fo nyina koho, Esirimfo koho bi, Mfantifo koho bi, Nkranfo, baby bia no matter the tribe. Se obe Kumase anase say you refer to Kumase nko dia, they will bring you to Komfanoche. And so na say no, Otumfuo didn't depend on the politicians. So Otumfuo say I don't depend on politicians. What has he done wrong? Edia boni pa na papa ya say I don't want to depend on politicians. What is wrong with nia papa ikan ye? And so do na ewo Ghana no, we don't think rationally. This is a big problem in our country. It is one of the reasons I created this channel. That is why I said that I don't just want to defend Adia Aya Asante. No, say even any other tribe. Na say a sensible, it makes sense. Na bebua sa tribe for no nipa. Na and contradicting Bible. Na abebua magana mpuntu etimi akoswa. I will defend you. I will come here and come and defend you. So me, I am an equal opportunity offender. I don't choose who I want to defend. Say no kwan there I will defend. I am an Asante, but I am also a Christian. I have to stand for it and I have to defend. I have to stand for it and I have to defend it. I'm for bididi papayatem. Sometimes me who I be cry na yamia. Sometimes me who so Otumfuo about for aiding atemsi aneti ayamia. And yes I am yes me yes Asante. No, I am here because me penukre. I am here because me a Ghanani and I know say papa no dear all ye any dear Osei ayire no say obebua ama Asante man any Ghana man etumpon no ade odo ebehia obia no. People are not reciprocating that. Say Asantefo ye dey ensem say we are receiving everybody. We love everybody. We want to care for everybody. We don't segregate. Ye yimu. Ya no na ebi abeka say edene. E no de ebi abeka say fine. Ya no ode kura anya hwe. But ye wo odo awo yakomam ema nipa nyina. Asantehene Otumfuo owo odo awo nakomam ema nipa nyina. Enso so okoka asasem we na amanfo edidi natem. Na said America no Asantefo bloggers no omu no atetenka omu ko akaisimu akodege information no mdeba na omu de beka omu defense no hono. They don't do that. They don't even have the time and they don't even have, let me say, the IQ to go and do that work. But that is what I've done. I am not blowing my own horns. I'm not blowing my own trumpet. But all that I'm telling you is that is what I have done. We have to add evidence and scholarship to our presentations on YouTube. And it will be Jinahano Kasemenya Santini. Oh, this guy or yes Santini because Wakoka slavery any Wadimaya Asem. Neno so no ayanukre. Wadimaya Asem no kind ayanukre. Dear na enya say ni kwasen ko single out Asantefo. Enun kwani de okanya na meneno enya dwene. He shouldn't have singled out Asantes. But in terms of ratio, in terms of proportion, say all the tribes ni nyina gina ho no ma. Tribe bay na selling slaves more Asantefo. That is what the history records say. Na minim say no so ayo ya so Santinia etisemia o so atoda na wadwene ayete say other tribes for ni bi. Say ekotia odi a wo say enya no kore. Ekoma odi a wo say eno de enya no kore. But what I say kotia and I say enkontia no. The first thing I say obi say enya no kore na. Enti me Asanteni amanfo be di Asantehene atem e wo statement that Asantehene aye no. Dia net say me call back ekodege ni nyina ne say dia omu kan enya no kore. But the omu kan no enya no kore. Time no more time Otumfuo any Asantefo. And until as an Asante, I had to come in and defend my tribe. That is what I have done. And I don't just defend my tribe. I defend what is true. I defend what is true. I defend what makes sense. That is what I do. Until message say and then the first time I open my channel is what. But more than I subscribe to my channel, mami. Like a video, let's share my fofro. Na intimi suya dia. Share mo biya unimono. Especially so Asantehene kuwa dia. Share mano. Na intimi ensure there together. When you say ube subscribe to me channel, now like me video, now share amanfo, now comment it. So I want to thank you in advance. Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching. Kindly consider subscribing to my channel, hit the like button, share, drop a comment, and hit the notification bell so you could be notified anytime we post a new video. Also consider following me on other social media platforms with the same handle, BluntGhana. We hope you will do that. Thank you.